government multi-parties. Now is the time. Si na yekeja byayo ugaruka byafayo bya UPC na yino kuya joiningire la kabaka yeka na NPC bakora UPC ando bote ebitebe bini ka DP bikaija choka byeja hamusingi gwedini edini ya Katoliki yakora DP Democratic Party CP egina yeriyo egonze beculiremu betena yeriyo ne kyagenda maiso omunyoro dansal nawe kabakoze kitongoloki bakitaga PPP nakyo kiri se bitongola tuli mu 2023 ebitebe biri mu 2023 bitwini nebini nibije habwaki habuko bwetago ni wikala ni buhinduka omukompare nga bine bitebe bitwina ne bitebe bya manga gahe obogenda nka I think it's PPF.
Yes.
So bakole kya PPF under the third canovesiji. Ebidora bulitebe nikija habo bwetavu bwaki. Lakini nikija habo kurwano kubera nibija.
Bote onganyira kataito.
Bonup. Mpuga was a role model mu DP. Obo yarugire actual mu DP. Block ya muvinga na mpuga Bonup. Akongera kyamane mu dali nup. You realize the barugire munupu ya garuka ekyakwenda kora kisinda hati bengi batangiye kurugaye ba following up kandi nabo naba convincing abandi bari convinced abandi they follow him as a role model bait habwaki nkugambye okugenda kwa abantu okukora ku kitongole kishaka ekitebe kishaka ni kurugira abo tago bw'abantu n'ebitekerezo byabo abandi bagenda gukora ibitebe bidukurya to get money out of it abandi ba trading. Let's take an example of NUP. You know, NUP was not there. Ekagura, ekitebe, ekhoiri. Ya changing the constitution, ya foka NUP. Details za NUP timwanya kurunga kwa I'm not a member. Chonka bande abalimu abali members, they will help us. Now, ekindu kumanya nti ebitongole bini juka bitunga sente kuruga mu government. Every party that wins a seat in parliament gets a payment. Hadi metukubaliza now, NUP is getting a lot of money kuruga Uganda. NRM is getting too much money from the government. Hakuwa tuina members of parliament. Even those who have one, I think Mugisha Muntu has one.
No.
I don't know whether he got. Jema has one. He's also getting some money. So omukurwane kitongole kyao kagenda katungayo omukurasi yomu sente zitaka kwija. But the more numbers you get, the more money that comes, which I think is not good, because it means kakuba nye kitongole changu kitatungayo kitebe changu kitatungayo muntu wenda, it will remain crippled financially. Tikutunga can't kuona hakwa tikina muntu parliament. That one we shall look at it, but I think it's something that must change.
Amoti there is a school of thought hari abantu binentekereza abagamba ngo habokuba of traditional parties. Nka UPC already umtabani wa by then the late Milton Obote umchara una hereza government ya NRM kandi there is an allegation which is compromising emirimo ekitebe at the same time of Koranka DP the current chairman of DP that is Norbert Mao na serving in NRM arohaba kutekereza ngo ebitebe bino ebikwije byendema they are meant to kill ebitebe ebiri relevant iwo no kutekereza aho cye kintu ekyo.
Yeah, I don't think they are meant to kill. My thinking here inti polikitebe kina interest yake. Can it try to serve the interest? Kagwa tukora kitebe kyabalimi okagamba farmers party. Interest in farmers. The first priority or you are what? Yes. Habo kuba hata yes, ni adding Nigeria. Nti abantu bakole bitebe binu to benefit from them.
Okay.
Don't sacrifice. You can building a kitebe is like building a country. Tikiri nti noja kubaho today, tomorrow you succeed. hatoba kuba ino mutima muke okwitaga sente okwitaga obukuru bwangu n'orugamu nogenda. Now in other countries we have governments of coalition. Etikakuba government atatunga abantu abakumara eswa kujoininga kitebe ekindi nebakora government.
Nkoko kyabaire hano mu Kenya during the time of Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta.
Even it's common in UK. It's common in UK, parties zija together nizikora government. Now, what does that mean? You must have a contract. What I don't think is proper is NRM kuihayo muntu or party like UPC ekamuwa webembezi. Ideally, UPC never crippled. Habokuba, you cannot serve two masters at a go. And let that person declares not in Charlie wa UPC hatin crossingire to NRM. Ebintu bya for me nyoka kakiza timbikora. I don't think they work. You must clearly say I belong here. Omundaba ngenziri. For example, jakugambia, I somehow think the details kumara, but I love Mao. Akagamba nyo na NRM to a contract. Tukakora contract on behalf of the parties. A DP na NRM. Atajeyo as an individual, if that is true. Akwa details tinzini.
But the President Museveni has been very clear. Akwamba huona gambe kyakiziribunu kubutwara mu NRM was to negotiate rundi kuramuza MP Ndura eyobwebembezi in a good way. And President Museveni has come on camera nagamba ngu ebyama ebya kugamba for as long as akyali muomezi he is not going to succumb to Mao's idea of transition.
Training with another party, you go back for a next round. Training with another party, you go back for a next round. Because in Uganda we are voting the president, come a president, come a parties which may form a government. You don't come a president, na party. The one who becomes the president, and that one becomes the ruling party. Or we could have many people in parliament. It becomes the people in parliament, it becomes the ruling party, the governing party of that time. But in other countries, in the United Kingdom, America, Nezindi, this gamba kakota 50%. Say that another party you close, join up until you make more than 50%, and you make a coalition government. So kakuba omuntu najaka joininga NRM, it definitely weakens.
Okay. Well, it is through you. Two in 23 parties currently. How have 23 in addressing the problems of Uganda? Nukutongere tuwechumitirize hazinu parties tugambe ziriyo zitandika nguziraleta solution. For example, tukimanyikimu ngo buli bwenguza hano mu Uganda, Mr. Kakiza Robert ngufukere ekokoro eyeri mukulia musoina tukimanyire kima hano mu Uganda ngu environmental degradation kifukire kimu kizimu kiamani. After by assessment of the achievements of these 23 parties, will they really bring hope and solutions to these just sampled challenges of Uganda?
There's still an issue there. If the Shaka is not an answer. Some countries in America and Bibidi for so many years. And they're better than us. If they in UK, they in court. But they have been there for a long time. Chonk, if you're not they come because of problems. So they're coming to signal a problem. Hawawezi kusigula problem. Now the onus is on the big parties to change and take into account the signals.
Okay.
Kakuwa bata changing, the old parties will disappear. Take an example of what is happening in Kenya. The big party KANU of President Jomo Kenyatta, followed by Moi, along the way disappeared. Na mtabano wa President Kenyatta himself had to change and form a new party. Hawakuwa akarwanga with the old one, ekaleba kutaking into account Billy Mzimu. And at the end of the day, there was a collapse. A very old, seasoned party. NRM itwina nayo. I'm an NRM person, very much. So, it can disappear if we are not careful. So, bino parties kuija zikalete vizu vyazo, we must very carefully look at their issues and change them.
All right. Kangaruke mu mchara kati Kihunde Sylvia. Ebitebe biriyo bingi ebindi no kuvugambira abanyarwanda basa kutekereza ngo nakiki kibayo ebindi mbitandika ntaka kugwiza kikaguzo kiona. First of all, oliyo mahali aba abantu abali mu kitebe ikibyendeme kya NUP Karura Kahoire. Today you are NRM. Ninyataga otuhereze ntekereza yangu kugwiza kikaguzo kiona about okuija okumeruka rundi okumera kwa ebitebe byendeme bishiyaka nebizibu bituyine kintu kiratekaho obuli bukumara ebizibu bituyine mu Uganda.
Wote muno akikjebi hago kundaanza kuija hano kwa TV. Nimeongea nisema kwa TV ya kalizeni ya lesere mu tourism city. Ibara omrundi okundi Kihunde Sylvia imbako yanga kiki. Nanye mbaira hano mu TV for a very long time. Kero kubazaho the emergence of new political parties. If we are solving our problem in the country. Mugambire bikebe mubuli, but are very strong. Aroho the ruling party, it is not new. Aroho FDC, it is not new. Aroho JEMA, aroho Triple P, aroho FDC, aroho DP, aroho UPC. Of course, I know
DP is strong.
Yes.
Okay. Na DP.
Ono msezo oyagwiro wakuli bamweta odongo to. No wakabenefika no kita economic something.
Tino ni cha Kabuleta, the former the former yeah.
If you want to talk about political parties, I am an expert. I have been there. In FDC, in DP, in NID, in NOP, in NRM, I've been there.
You have been in all the parties?
Yes.
All?
Yes, I've been.
Wakagenda mbitebe binga so far?
Being kabisa.
NRM yakinga?
NRM gaba yokubanza.
Okay.
Yes. Nagenda mu FDC.
That is, those are two?
Nagenda mu DP first.
DP, those are two?
NRM.
DP.
DP. FDC. NRM again.
Those are two.
Nope. Need. So I want to talk.
Are you trustworthy to one man?
I want to talk about.
Are you trustworthy to one man?
I want to talk about something which I know.
Okay.
Abantu abana bazaho nupu tagimanye. Nabazaho FDC tamanye. But from the experience, I'm going to tell you what problems are we talking about. We are talking about poverty. We are talking about unemployment. Tubazaho bulwenguzi. Tubazaho political instability. Tubazaho human rights violation. Tubazaho ebizibu mu health sector. Tubazaho
education.
Tubazaho infrastructure deficiencies. Tubazaho environmental degradation. Tubazaho regional conflicts. Tubazaho economic dependence amabanja gengi. Tubazaho gender inequality. Ebyo bintu byona. Why are political parties emerging? First of all, abantu abandi, it is a source of income. Yes. And it is like a company or NRMO, National Resistance Movement Organization. It is like a business.
So NRMO is a business.
I say the political These are like companies.
Mm.
Some people create them with the hope of benefiting, funding from outside countries.
Mm.
Aroho abantu abakora pate ikairoho muno, abantu abakulema nibo bakwikaraho. So the youth nibagamba tukole ekitebe. Aroho activism and advocacy. Dora nerekereza omuntu koletaki ekitebe. Monopolies. Hat NRM ni yonka paka rundi FDC ni erekara mu position yonka. So no sanga na nupu ne gamba FMM, I think it katwije tusobole kuyahoki. We are breaking monopolies. Ekindi we are taking the excesses of government. Now in a governance, over corruption, ataro any pressure. Corruption yongera. Over services, ataro pressure. They relax. Katugame nko muntu nka MP kugana nenzali unopposed. No byakwenda atabara mukizi. No byakwenda atabara atibitu oboru korora abantu hante bayisimba malikulu. Nora church nzigoba amasomero nagagoba fundraising nzikanya baitu omuntu wali unopposed. No bokumaliza na abantu baraliza nakamba wali unopposed direct.
Is there influence behind being opposed?
I don't want to work over delivering services. We have seen very many people. You see, when Asabedson Young has been in there, people feared to contest against him. Kanosanga your own on the baby. Hatunosanga ka Loro kwenda kumuyaho bengi usanga roho 12. What does that mean? Ngomuntu the community, the attitude they have towards him or her. Ngamanyisa nguki ngutarukora. So NRM hiyo episode ya Uganda byona nebro. Na nupu byona nebro. Kan nupu netegereza ngo obwera ihaho NRM nija kubemara. Nayo nije nibigerema ni FDC ngamba I think nupu erugyo. So it is a game. It is natural that it has to rotate like that.
Is it a game?
Yes.
Guli nkomuzano ogukwija kumaraho ebizibu by'abanyayuganda rundi muzano gw'abantu kugoboramu given the explanation you have given?
To some extent yes, to some extent no. When people build, for example, FDC, nosanga bali activists, they were jobless. Tono bali ensinganto estayina mirimu. Rundi the party chairperson was disgruntled while within NRM. You're protesting. You're gamba. I think I can change what NRM is doing wrong. Neja nareta abantu abali unemployed, abali poor. Ekitebe kiri ngamani kitunga funding. They get jobs, they get salary, they get empowered. Another kitebe nikirora FDC ekaid ehera abantu arohempingisaniza pushing the government like FDC pushed the government to bring UPE and USE. You see, when somebody is competing with you, now pushing her to do what you would not have done, you relax. That is political competition. It is healthy. It is, I said, to some extent, solving the problems, to some extent, no. Especially when the objectives. Then there are some of us who just join blindly. You don't know the objective. No is the wrong honorable ebigenderero byabo tabimanyire. So oboru kwikayo osanga ebigenderero byabo tibikufitinga mu kyakutwereyo. And when you have joined all those parties, you choose the best. No kubam bagamba a better devil. Like me, now I'm in a better position to choose a better devil. Because I know. You don't know. Because.
So NRM to you is a better devil.
Yes, it is better
than NUP.
Than all I have.
Yes,
NRM is better. In Korea, the objectives are almost the same, but NRM is better than them because kuno internal conflicts hona ziri. Bet arohe ziri manageable, arohe ziri mo percentage entaito, arohe ziri haiguru mun. When you go, you can find a Kitebe Kim, there is a lot of tribalism. All Nagamba, ngu NRM, ngu haliyo tribalism. Musanga ngu brother one na korakimu, ngu mkazi one na korakimu. But when you join that, you find it is worse when they are not even in the ruling government. So
no manyisa ngu obokuba nogenda kureba ebizibu bya ebiri mu NRM bitaitoho kukira ebizibu ebiri mu bitebe bindi.
Yes. Ebizibu ebiri mu NRM kandi yet it is a ruling party.
Okay.
Tukwisana nebi ebizibu ebiri mu opposition parties estali mu ruling party. Meaning if they get the chance to rule, it can be terrible. If you join a political party where the wife has a stake, the brother has a stake, the sister has a stake, the workers. So if they go into what will happen. Because when you see NRM, they say they went as friends, 27. They were not related. They started as comrades.
They were 42 with the 27 guns.
That is it, whatever. But there were no relatives.
Okay.
But me, I've told you I have experience, I've joined them, I know, and I chose the best. At the end of the day, I chose a better devil. It is not perfect. These political parties, yes, they could have, they if they were serious, they should have pushed the ruling political party to do better. But when it emerges, when they emerge, they do worse things. They start fighting for money, they start fighting for funds, they start calling each other spies. So you find they cannot go far.
For example, je tukatunga scenario mbere hari ekitebe kigamba nkihandikiro kya People Power Front. Akijoire obusapeho obukwesaniriza nk'ekya nkobwa NUP in broad daylight in camera. Haroho abana bayingi. Not abana statement ningi hayo. Hari ensinganto nyingi abaseja n'abakazi abokujwara ebi bagamba ngo mbyesaniriza ebijwaro ebyamahe. But here tutarole stakeholder in line with security kuija kugamba ngo nenyo mukozere kinu muchwira amateka in line with the UPDF Act, this and that.
Now,
abantu in fact nkanyina myana wangu omuyangamba ati kino ekitebe kitekerweho kuija kuburanganiza ekitebe ekibyendeme kya LUP and abantu abandi bagamba ngo ekitebe kyo kwikirizamu kya NRM chikozero omulimu gw'amaani okwita ebitebe bindi. And I think you have heard it very well, even the president himself saying that he's fighting against opposition.
No, we are saying ogambire ngu omutogwa kero kinu kugamba.
Yes.
Ebitebe bino bya kwija ni bisolvinga ebizibu bya Uganda. Nanyo nikyo ndiyo ningambira 50-50. Ebitebe bino asobora ekitebe with good objectives to solve unemployment, to fight corruption. Now, for example, when Mpuga was in opposition, akatunga a bribe of 500 million.
A bribe.
Okay, corruption. He was involved in
no, bakamuhereza kasimu.
But he went to fight such. The objective being in opposition was to fight such.
What did he?
So yakamera asana driver aliona batwara Kampala. Akahika kyaka akagamba ngo reka ngende kusesa akaburai kandi mumotoka busa umuntu ndi wena amanye kuvuga numugenda numutandika kuhambara numutandika ono bakora pikipiki mtwara ono bakora basi agitembo. That is why you see obyamaze kulya kanyobo naenda kukora pate naenda kusisa you see, are they solving the problems of Uganda? What is their objective? You can have a good objective, but along the way omuntu nakutega kanyobo
otukubantura ekizaniro nkokiri tukarwa ba referee na ba ref in Uganda again tukarwa ibitebe bino bikwije besinga hamuto gwakire cyane
ogenzere kusolving unemployment government eri ku employing abantu aboliyo norwanira betu bakuhereza 1 billion wajikiriza ngomanyire kwatekano akantu bakuteka ha kamera
uko tisomero liyo na walihuta
hati no one objective yao the new political parties, what are they solving? Are they solving Uganda's
and
problems?
that one is being influenced by the party you support,
and first of all the ruling
by
party,
the less devil.
The ruling party is to some extent disorganizing the new emerging political parties.
Okay.
And most of the times people who create new political parties are poor, they are not rich, so they will give you money which you are, give you a vehicle, and you weigh the options. Can I remain like this or can I go?
Okay.
And many times people have gone. You see, the speaker was FDC. You have seen is now a minister. So what
and you have and you have
example, I am telling you, I followed that's a party.
Okay.
I followed blindly. I thought these parties were going to solve poverty, unemployment, corruption, environmental degradation. But you find even a member of NUP is also in act of degrading environment. You find a member of FDC is accepting to get a job and leave you in the boat alone.
Ekikaguza obundio lingana mu abagoma. Ekintu kyo kujumira ebitebe bitu ebyabantu bakuba barugiremu n'okutamanyira obulungi bwabyo. Given that given by your submission ngo mu NRM, it is a better devil than an angel you don't know. Don't you think nakyo nkiretereza omuntu kwekaguza ngu naho kuri aliyo rundi taliyo?
No, for example,
when should we expect in another party?
When I joined those parties and when I came back to NRM, I was not bought and I was not convinced by anybody that you leave that place and come back here. I was researching, I was assessing what is happening in Uganda and how problems can be solved. I did not find anybody who can solve Uganda's problems. Some people want to join opposition so that they can be bought. All nagamba lekangende nkegobele muhali bangule. Because we were talking privately here.
Okay.
That we had something. Somebody is using it to negotiate his or her interests. Let me join so that they can buy me. I have never been bought and I have never risked.
Okay. All right. Mr. Baguma. Baguma Kenneth, you were for TV and for trade. Ugambire nti almakalitango yokuija kuba na Simba hantebe ya Central Buramze wa Fort Portal konga ka NUP. Mr. Bagum, harutebe bingi biliyoni bija. Ekimu hakitebe byendeme bishiyaka iza NUP. Kisa ni sana ekimu
NUP is already
yeah.
It's not coming.
Yes, but ekimu habitebe bishiyaka bizira is NUP. Abantu abamu babagurukya nkora ya bantu muzibwe nkoko mukulengaho rahanuna omubicho muno ebya western nebicho kebikiro wing by the way apart from central and east.
You see, when we are in opposition, for example, FDC, DP, and NUP have the. Why is it very difficult for them to and remove a party they believe is not doing right? Why is it difficult?
Hari abantu bamukutekereza ngo narayo mukozero gw'amani kubaho. He will answer that position because I'm not a spokesperson. Position. Betungo mkulio mkivindi position kwa bagam.
Why can't they come together?
Yes, Mr. Baguma, ni kusabo tandikiraho.
Ebigambo nyombe hulire beitu kandi omuramo gwa kero kino mukuru guli okwizaho kwebitebe bingi byembaganiza kirayi haho rundi kirasoro vinge bizu bya Uganda ngo kutulio ntugira mukaruka ibya bino mukaga ekyo kubanza answer eri ekizibu kya Uganda nike ebitebe bingi bitakayizira ekizibu kya Uganda ekyo kubanza kandi ekinya kuzingira mu bindi byone kiriyo ku bracketing ebizu bindi byone eri governance and leadership oba masomero oba marwaro oba ngudo oba byabalimi oba ebizu bya Uganda byona to bracketing mukintu eki poor leadership and governance twange twikiriza hati ekikaguzo kya kubere kiri bino ebitebe bindi ebikuyiza bere hayi kizibu kya Uganda eki tuleme kuraboku nokwetorora kuli na kuli tukatanka kudiginga deep. So far we have 26 registered political parties mu Uganda. Nyingi munu ito soko tumanyoka mukaga musanzu. Where there is NRM, there is NUP, haro NIDI ya Kabuleta, haro Jema ya Basaliwa, haro FDC, sazino ine muono wa msaiza amriati na bakabebaganizamu biriaho haro DP teina sense of
no sana ko wagamba ngo bino bitebe bina bakama babyo tibiri bya Uganda.
But I'm talking about leaders abakubi leading. Of course in byabanya Uganda abantu bembaganiza bitwara abakuba abatia persons and the presidents very.
Because the moment wagamba Jem yananka ya Basalis
wali oweka mkiona.
Okay, no, I can't. As a party, as a political party.
Okay. Okuturuke betu ekikaguzo kyenyini kiri nti ebizu bya Uganda zino political parties zirabimaraho. My answer is and no. You ekizibu kyeitu ebizu byetwine kukungo tuliyo karuru tibuso kumarwa abana abantu bandi baliyo ebitebe bindi bikujja rundi ebitebe bindi. That's why we are in national unity. We are here to unite. It's national what? Umtekaza program budget what? National Unity Platform.
NUP.
NUP.
Niyejo.
Kuteraniza hamu. And of which omwembezi wetu is excellent Kyagulanyi. Akozero mulimo mukota akoze buliki mukiona nimurano musango gwa besiti. Bamemba jamba mvistinga nimurora weka banekingura headquarters Makerere Kavule. He invited Bona Kabeta.
No musango gwa besije.
Auntie. Yeah, they had ever gone to Ruzira to visit him. Not once.
A small interjection, a small one.
Yeah.
I would request something very small from him. How did NUP come into existence?
Good.
We have been issues to understand.
Lakamaliris. Hang on.
How did the question? How did NUP come to what? NUP was there years back, many years. We all know from Chibarama, not so. Then Kyagulanyi, you would have asked how has it come strong to this extent? As in New York, Wokubota when NRM nor NUP, right? The emergence of a people power movement. Kyagulanyi akanagena mbele elections ya Kyadondo East MP. Yagenda mu DP kusabo tubarunge musoko kungende inyuma nkabemba mukagenda mutebe mun bam rejecting yagamu FDC babuzabuza badeseyini yatembeka people power slogan obyatangi people power slogan when you pite kabireo but that NUP is a housing but the engine is people power.
Mr. Baguma,
you know,
Mr. Baguma, when we're on a national TV for matters of clarification, think with that kiro kya nyenki hanuna DPJ etwale TV mukota haroho any document yokoleka ngu Kyagulanyi DP ba mwangira eya dikira kama rundi agenda mu FDC mboranga so
may not be there but it was just standing ninyenda kuiza kinu kokweka kuzao omuntu anya kuli independent wena ina hali ningira never you be humble no never political area in political environment ateka kuwena hali ningira
egyo ntekereza yawo
nyo ntekereza yanko muntu but that's what I know.
Good.
Hati Kyagulanyi obyalengera okusira hari gamera rundi abaramuha reception byabura yizanko muntu independent na hize slogan ya people power movement atagarukira honka yagenda mareba basinga baiza bagenda iziti ntu isu anda akagenda mwaruwa mwakasiano wa diri bakasinga NUP kura twaba abantu abanya kwine tuli kura neto twaruga abantu abarorganized base recho kutandika Kyabura bakambeda there is Chiba party. It's somehow dormant for many years. Awakitagenda tukikara na hameza tukarora twagenda tutu baikara they reached the agreement bana kebarama bakaika bamu maraka bamusiba mgayiki akogya bakwana role kintu kizire kandi kimukiri imagine
say kibarama sold
agamba bakikara hameza saving wakati kandi you should not
this garuka muramwa ogutobeiro
muramwa still will it solve the problems of Uganda no ndio okay I'm sorry ndabandikingire tip
giving
that's
TV, stay entertained.
Bagira orufumu olwabayisenkulu lwitwe oluli very meaningful olwina amakulu ag'amaanyi okugamba ngu amata gatahatwa lwagatahasireho ata kagatahatahoga tagatahata obwagatahata amata agagata kandi amata obwokumara gata tosobola kwongera okagayoramu
kole na amani gani kuona kabila kandi ikale nomanya ngo okora kuyawo
ora branding bamato ore bamato kokoliko komuimuke mambe sasiri dodoli dodo bukire nakasana kakiri Jambuli wateke olubindi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golinda makesa nakachira kagwire Leka kwikara kulere ngaro Ura Sabaruhanga kuyambe nagawo taireho Bamato Kose saka kataita koinaho Omuranga ngutiri tafali taireho Bamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Lolo halo ni future ya toro Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Kole byafayo n'abalija bali kusomaho Bali kimanya bwa toro kalwanye endalo Bali kumanya kemanzi ya toro kakwane ngabo Ekyali kyawe mu bamaani kiri bambitabo Hura Mbamato Muube Mbamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Lolo halo ni future ya toro Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Twana kukorensi yawe mirungi bali kwichuka Bali kuhero waka iso mwana womuka Bona bali mabaroho bali kwesimisa Ibara lyawe mubamani liri bambitabu Jambuli wateke olubimbi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golinda makesa nakachira kagwire Hura Jambuli wateke olubimbi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golinda makesa nakachira kagwire Leka kwikara kulere ngaro Hura Sabaruhanga kuyambe nagawo taireho Bamato Kose saka kataita koinaho Omuranga ngutiri tafali taireho Bamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Lolo halo ni future ya toro Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Kole byafayo n'abalija bali kusomaho Bali kimanya bwa toro kalwanye endalo Bali kumanya kemanzi ya toro kakwane ngabo Ekyali kyawe mu bamaani kiri bambitabo Hura Mbamato Muube Mbamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Lolo halo ni future ya toro Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Oli kieneresi Osemeriro bemwele mesi Twana kukorensi yawe mirungi bali kwichuka Bali kuhero waka iso mwana womuka Bona bali mabaroho bali kwesimisa Ibara lyawe mubamani liri bambitabu Jambuli wateke olubimbi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golinda makesa nakachira kagwire Hura Mbamato Muube Mbamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Lolo halo ni future ya toro Oli kieneresi
Alright, ninkutangiro kuruga omukihumuro ekyo akandi ntikyagenda maiso nintekaniza kimeza nkabutosebaho kiro kyakave kutandika saa 2 paka saa 4 iyo yakatwiteranizaho saa zino watuliriza Fort Radio akandi neyo watuliriza saa zino yakatekaho Fort TV nyina omuseja mukuru Robert Kakiza engineer kandi daktari kandi ogwo ayerekirize kwesimba habwa okuba mukurasa rukuru Ruhanga habwa Central Division for Port Tourism City nyenda Mr. Baguma Stephen kandi Baguma Kenneth kandi ogu na simba hakakonga ka NUP kandi nyenda nomchara kati Kifunde Silvia na walmukalitango ako kwesimba hantebe iyo kwebembera urubuga rwa Port Tourism City igiteme hakakonga ka NRM naba ntakamaliza nayo Mr. Kenneth still ninyombekera hansonga ndiye mwitu abatulio ntabazaho ebitebe bishaka tutungire ebitebe bingi turozere ebitebe bya UPC turozere ebitebe bya DP turozere one of the longest serving party that is NRM in just 5 minutes ninkusaba oyongero tugambire okuija ku ebitebe bishaka nkainywe nk'ekitebe kimwe kyali kishaka hanono mu ihanga lya Uganda kiramaraho ebizibu bya Uganda because of tukubanturora NUP yenu mbere ya kaizira. Is it now how many years? 4 years?
4 years.
4 years. Nesane tungira ubusagiki ubere butakundihirwa mbitebe bindi ebyendeme byahandikisize kandi abantu have a big section of Uganda nesana gina mkunihira but ninkusaba oterre mtochi murasobora kutwali ihanga umunsi yekunihizibwa rundi nkoko mchara kati Silvia at some point Kifunde Silvia at some point nkagambire ngo abamba ibigenderwa byabo abamba naku mbitaga kukora makasenta abanye Uganda. We know it very well that NUP is part of the party of the opposition parties kutunga sente nyingi kuruga mu government but that one abakiro wingi mbano mbaza tumwenda kibaza hiki. Start from there.
Otomuno omtekanza program omurundi ogundi na abaturora mwebale mu burango bwaitu amabara nyonga kweyanjura Baguma Kenneth iraka lya bengi nindugiro Nyakagongo kanja kuiza wa kansela hakadi ya NUP
hawa kansela rundi hawa clarify that okay
hawa kansela wa parish Nyakagongo parish so emergency yebitebe bindi kira mara ebizu bya Uganda moderator yankaguza abanye-Uganda turabayikya munsi yeto abanihize. First of all ito ni toto abanihize insiki abanye-Uganda bali bine Uganda batakorora ensi batakorora not until NUP obyezire
like any other party nkwegamba to
yeah nanyo ningane cyange NUP obyezire abagamba barungi bandi so kuba mu ihanga whereby no munako akumalirayo wakiyombya wa harugongo ekitabo cyo mugudo tukumanya mutauni ekyakubyama wakubarwe none kyasoko byama hataliwo kwika kuhinga bagambo izina akakeka rundi tunga panado garukamuka Uganda whereby no mwana wakurugaya hansa kumalira ngo kutukuro mwembezo y'cyagulanye na wasokurugayo akagamba nanyo entebe yihanga rundi office net ningisobora kandi ningijamu Uganda whereby otosomesezo mwana haloni tolire mabanza tutunzira itaka tutunzimbuziya omwana asomere okusoma kozenwe kandi nemirimo tugicreatingire kora factories industries nebindi tukale magenda aheru kora modern slavery no sanga no somezo mwana haloni na tamune wana lonto kagimazireyo betukano mwana ika na gahe kuterekiyeyo omwana asome degree aine diploma betuna gahe kutereki to abanihiza ntaroho Uganda whereby emirimo neso kuba kind of which hero only that the government, the regime has not created. Twabanihiza Uganda, ndahasuko wa Uganda whereby no kuboli munako wa hansi no sugura kamotoka kandi no hangara nakakuba ingudo nungi tikakuja kusisika tikaguma mugaragi maintenance rero emisoro ira hansi Uganda gineso kuba hati sazino kikaguzo kiri turaba hicyayo mu Uganda. The truth is yes. Baitu ebitebe bino nibiyongeraho indeed nibitumara amani ebikuiza nibituwetswa nkokorora DA yampuga arugira halitu of which wakubaroho inabagenda nabo ngoku engineer gambi
na DUT
onyetegerize bakunde mbano bale naitu bene nabe bagaruki aidha tingumaya nabe bale barugire hati bagaruki tingumaya ati ebintu biterekerie I don't know in fact to solving ebizu bya Uganda nkokoli no gamije emergence of new political party they are not solving and they will not solve any problem of Uganda Uganda, we need to be united.
Mr. Bagom,
That
anything msana mukweta kudisa abanya Uganda obusa honsi munsi munu eyeri yogamba ngo abantu bona baine emirimo, abantu bona nibatunga health care yokusana, abantu bona bali kurungi nomusana numbanihiza enganikyo ezitwahuraga ngo mu Garden of Eden kyonka saa zino amapu no gisera niyobora mutakubahereza n'obulyo nomugenda kubatwara mata yiwol hanuna saa zino ingumi yangu wol hanu NUPS gikira kati twale ngo ebyonihize bintu mugenda kubikiriza ninkusaba habo mu Uganda atorolirire otugambire how are you going to solve those problems when you are united?
First of all, cancer ihanga lenu ekyakize kumali ihanga
ninkusaba otajunana
tinkujunana
herezo
cancer ihanga in corruption.
How are you going to fight corruption?
Already tukuolekero na kikunde nguni agambera oguyona alenga kuleta omukono gure hiri scenario vumpuga buli muntu weno kibeine ntukwesaraho.
What is your policy?
Our policy is better and proper use of taxpayers money. Chunga kiti na revenues zitukufuna Uganda zitumara kemkoyombe. Uganda have a lot of resources. Uganda, we are not poor,
Giving back.
but we are poorly managed.
All right.
We are not poor but poorly managed. Ekintu ekide omunsi wensi tubakumura magazine not until chagulani warugirei twatuli of air tubaza ghetto people sazun they are being recognized beke batakuturoraho hati bahulire we are coming out haro omuntu atugame was not expected na nambera hikire his political party bali bageta political wave after 2021 tero but truly telling you have our national headquarters at Makekavule. We have 97 countrywide offices. Sazinu kugenda kurora abantu abanyakuliyomba ja kwesimba NUP card muihanga. It's not all that expected. Now honka fort norora. We are not here last elections, but now we are here. Na wakansela turgena balusione wiza kurugayo.
And kandi abama bali baro nabo bali nenyo like Hundeslivia.
Fine, they are not meant to be with us. Nato abamu twalitali nabo, but we are there, but now we are meant to be with them.
But you're talking of unity. It's like no muntu wa kurugayo you don't care.
Fine, we don't care omanyine kitoke obuchukura oina kwikoka kia hariga. By all means wade hariga kabayo mugaso kyaro aliruroho rubago gwaliguroho.
Okay.
Wade mugorobene ne kitoke tumakwana chikamarayo chikaturuki enkana no hiko koraki. So tuleke gamba ngo tubiremera tulemera bwo byali biturundu bikagera mugaso. There's what we call pruning, there's what we call weeding. Harukurakemu tichaitaki. So no mwenari mwa barugire mama babaza
and that is unity.
Fine, it may not be all that unity but harukurati chikwongera.
Okay. All right.
Sifenye songa zaba so kuzesigales. Ne karega rekinto kike kinagaba conditions okarangwe hati karega chikoze kisavinga kitoka hati kina correct.
Once again ogenda kwesimbanka
Nyakagongo parish.
Okay. All right. Engineer, Stakakiza Robert. Nindo ine kintu chukulia given the subject.
Yes.
I don't want to ask you anything because I have read your lips and the mind. You can submit.
You see, Mugezwanga Babenabaza Hanu, I realize you have a very big problem and a very big challenge.
And these are the leaders.
He doesn't want to accept NUP is a very new party.
Okay, it's a new party.
Takakoze Nexanjek Kimkwao. So, Ekumanisa, we need to assess, as per our title, our heading today, the emergence of these new parties. What are their impacts? What is the impact of NUP? What are the impact on the old ones, on the country, on the continent, on the region? What is the impact? The way NUP has come is the way others will come. NUP could have been lucky. Ekabanero Idinga on behalf of the Uganda Kingdom. The kingdom was yearning for a party of their own.
But it's also in Busoga.
So Batandikira, the springboard.
It has even created employment opportunities. It has very many councillors in the central. It has very
the springboard. Ekabir Uganda Kingdom. Openly the Uganda kingdom support.
But what do you want to put NUP on Uganda kingdom?
Now the church came up and supported. So NUP yatunga chance. But this does not mean the another party will not come. Because NUP came, there are other parties. Even the Puga's party, don't be surprised. Whether we should not throw away Puga's party. In this coming election, it may not be strong. In the next, maybe.
Notekereza moti nti obokurora NUP as a political party obokuba neruga nebembero muntu akuruga mugeto given the history of the current president as of now. Is it not a big challenge halijwa ba NRM kuija omuntu kurugoko? Don't you think that obcheke bwingi mu NRM and the hope is in the new political parties which you want to undermine?
I will repeat myself. The coming of any new party is a learning curve for us. It makes us reflect back. What's the problem? Why has NUP come? Why has the PPF come? We go back to the drawing board. For example, realizing that NUP has given credence to the ghetto people. So later as NRM, we are now reflecting. How can we improve the ghetto? FDC, we changed the tactics. We changed the way we are doing things. So either way, we learn. NRM is power for all this long. It is willing to learn. It is willing to change. And that thing will keep it going. Habakuba itu tsaraka million. Okutekeleza lo problem ha nyingi no tugenda. No tukurora mu opposition. Haliyo
resistance.
Tunakuwa mu position haliyo mtu wa amani. Na mtu muyai. We go for him. We convince him. And we bring him. And we go. By the way, NRM is stronger every day because of looking at our own internal problem. That day we stop looking at our internal problems, the day we perish.
No, I
don't want to say the NRM is perfect. By the way, we have so many problems also. A lot of internal problems. There's a lot of challenges we have. Abantu abakuja tukwisana. Abakuja kusera sent, abakuja kusera visibility, abakuja kusera their own things. And you have to deal with them. The weekend, the part, we build again. The weekend, we build again. So the government NRM is 100% perfect. Now there is a being. This is an internal thing. Manyire mundu manurwana na mkazi wao na wana wao to ina badeba batahuri. So we are discussing hana but you believe. So I do not believe it even NUP is okay. The FDC, the UPPF, PPF. There are internal issues. That what has happened in Uganda? We created iPod. Government created iPod. A situation where parties zijahamu to discuss their internal problems and how they can solve them.
FDC na NUP kwa.
Unfortunately, these parties in opposition want to oppose even the good things. But the kill problem, your man. All I'm in the opposition forever, whether good or bad, I'm in the opposition, which is not in other countries. It's in the zone. It's very different. You can bring it to UK. When one party wins, it increases the 50%, they do a coalition. They join hands, make a government, and move on. Same as Israel. Same as America and other countries. Hati kakaguzekile. Kakuba NRM never tatungile 50%. Do you think NUP ni swa kukiza kujoining NRM? Bakakuwa coalition government. Do you want to tell me with these fights FDC can join NRM?
Form
a coalition government. Yes, had to the problem that iPod was supposed not to smooth the working. Parties should be seen as drivers, not as enemies. As enemies.
But in line with iPod, during then, in fact, FDC contributed a lot. Habakova NUP kaija later. Negamanti iPod is bulldozed by NRM, whereby mbeija mbabaze bintu evya
Uganda is
NRM metakuikiriza tibikurabamu.
It is not yet at the level of UK.
And then it's like you're not giving a fair hearing to the opinion of the opposition parties.
No maana kizibe kitwina. Parties and human beings, mainly Ugandans, are very selfish. We are not yet at the level of pushing for the country. Parties,
but ego statement, Mr. Kakiza Numuija, give us up to when we are still a young country to manage political parties. Numwetaga, Yahanga, to get the Pakemiakinga, and what does it take?
At the Romania, this is my personal feeling. This is my personal feeling. I'm not a spokesperson for the NRM. But it was a quality. Mbele tukiri abantu abakwija human beings Ugandans nibefa wonk whether in NUP whether in NRM, and this has caused a problem. Had parties are drivers. Parties is like an empty house. The most important thing is the people who live in it. The house can be beautiful. Those who live in it will make it a home or remain a house. Okay. That's the parties was it. Now, NUP has its issues. FDC has its issues, NRM has its issues. But he will traverse all the parties, but he found NRM a better devil.
But it does not mean it is not a devil.
It's not a devil. What could you expect from Sylvia?
No, she's here. I don't have the she's here.
Of course, she has said that it's a better devil because she's where she
Why
is
would
now.
you predetermine her mind?
She had to come back. Akagenda etoro, yasanga kuli wenda byale, yagamba kuli tibiki. Yagamba weo. Kagaruko wait.
Like if you're dating girlfriends.
I don't reverse.
Wait.
Maybe
no, please, takamazile statement.
You are looking for a woman to marry. You have 2 girlfriends or 3. You choose one. You choose a better one.
So you were old by then. Hono kabolio by then.
I'm saying
you have 3.
I'm giving you an example.
When you have 3.
Experience. For you don't have experience with the NRM. Do you? So you can't
I had
judge
never
it.
been there. So
I
don't have experience from there because I had never been there.
You don't know anything about it.
Let's come back to this thing. So
just in a minute. In a minute.
For me, what I see, that the emergence of new parties is very good for the country. Emergence of new parties gives a challenge to the old parties to reflect back and say what has gone wrong.
Quarter movements na parties tulimuana plus. We have even failed to manage other parties.
No, they won't solve our problems. They won't.
That the coming of NUP made the ruling party or the government to recognize musicians. It has led it to recognize the ghetto
It's
people.
not recognizing.
It has led to increasing civil servants' salaries.
I really don't want to it could be a topic of discussion in line with the musicians.
NRM is not recognizing, it's bribing them.
Them before.
Yeah, of course they were giving them money to come and sing on their campaigns.
No, they recognize
I think it has started now. Bongana was there before NUP.
Let me tell you, when he says to recognize, when it
became MP.
Okay. But just a minute for engineer. Come on. Let's get back on board.
Of course, he's not expected.
Let's get back on board.
You're not expecting him to be a president, but he's going to be.
Mr. Baguma.
You don't have to expect him.
Mr. Baguma, I'm the one in control.
Okay, Papa.
I was completing the coming of the new parties. We go back. The coming of the new parties, for me, it's a positive thing.
It is a 50-50.
How they live and succeed is another thing.
It is a 50-50.
How they live and succeed.
Okay.
Because they also have to play their game.
Yes.
But for us, the old parties, you have now to learn that something has gone bad. Kakuba Ndora, a newcomer, I don't know these elections to jam. If there was an MP who has been in and wants to come back, Okara want to magena mumshaka kakakizi omanya mwalekisibo wao. There's something you didn't do well. You either change it.
I don't know
if you can't change it, get out.
Okay. Nijakutandikira nsonga ni yemu. In line with the Mr. Baguma Vera Nabazao. I know you have a reaction about that. And then inkisa ni sana okusikira hali Mr. Baguma nka NRM a better devil. I think I love the quote. Mukozero mulimo gw'amaani kuyita ebitebe ebindi ebikwija nokwinywa mwikale nomuzooka nk'abo abarungi muno kandi kuno ihanga mbere kulyolekereza n'ebizibu ebitwine nomusana muli mukuliteeka mukati y'abago tutandikiraho.
NRM, for one thing, it has overstayed. Number two, it has managed to overpower opposition parties. Number three, opposition parties zonka zekozeremo mlimo kwe diluting. There are too many and fighting for the same cause. If FDC and NUP, DP, name them, could come together because they have a common cause.
In a unity platform.
They can join any other, or they can bring a neutral name to be opposition.
It's already there, national unity.
Wait.
Let her submit.
I said opposition parties nazo zonka ze breaking it before the ruling party is gonna go breaking.
Najeta unity platform kandi kuno abadimba babinga.
Wait. National unity platform ni jana abantu ne barugamu bakoleya FDC ati it is Katonga, it is Najana, it is People Power Manya Front, it is NUP, it is Jema, it is DP, it is so if they can all agree to make an alliance,
coalition is
we would know that people are really for people's interests. But when you say Ant is there, I'm also creating mine. Nope is there. Why didn't Mpuga at least go back to DP? But you see, he's creating. What is the interest? Because he has seen when you are president.
And he has not information. He has not only created the DA. He had the SUV. Do you remember SUV?
Wait, they have seen that when you are party president, there are benefits. That is why I told you it is 50-50. They come with an objective of fighting for people's interests. But along the way, basanga benefits, zibaswayinga objectives, zifoka personal. Unkenge, Bobby Wine akarora ngo Besigye wa president wa FDC. Enekitine samuno. So tasobora kuba under Besigye. Kuno mpugo weziri yasanga Bobby Wine na mkizamana as a president of NUP Nektinis yagamba no, I can't be under Bobby Wine. I have to create mine. So they are making the followers suffer. You see?
Greedy for leadership.
Is greedy. So they are 50-50. In the first place, they fight for people. But as they go on, they fight for themselves.
No tekereza ngumu NRM. Abantu abalimu. Mazima kumbikira nizarunda alimuku.
You see, like NRM, they said, when they came from the bush, they were supposed to give each other turns to be president. Baitomi yabakiza magezi, yekara president.
Yabaliamu oru.
Oru. Akabakiza magezi, yekara rundi, akarora, basobora kutafoka president, abarumi basoko baka. All yagamba, I can't accept. I have to oppose you and become president. So batandika competition. And he managed to suppress.
Mr. Kiwonde, don't you think we are bastardizing opposition?
He did
or no trivial matters? When someone goes in opposition, it is not an objective point of view. It is just omuntu ngabakwa bali balemera kwikiraniza hansonga, and then tukalema kumanyira the biggest matter.
Omuntu nabaine a good objectives. Naijana objectives of serving people's interests. But along the way, nabaswayed. Mpuga akaija munup yafoka member of parliament, bamhereza leader of opposition. Mumutumago yatekereza, but if I can become a president of a political party, can't I be like Bobby Wine? So he started yataniko bijemu, yataniko kujemeroli. namurora kimungogwa tasokuba president wange Besije akarora yagamba Museveni enough is enough nanye ningoza mfuke muki president yagamba abantu tukawatoli mukisaka abantu bagamba graduated tax nabantu basiba mbetoke nibairuka nibesereka yani government ekabaraganiza kubiha himsoro. That was a good thing FDC did. Yagamba en government innocent abana bina kusomera busa mu masomero. The NRM yihaho school fees yaleta universal primary education yaleta universal secondary education. Bobby Wine came as noob. First he was not in noob. He was a member of parliament. Nabamujoga nibagambo kutasobora kusinga candidate wa NRM. Yasare isokerie arugire mu ghetto yazinebize nabye abantu bamukoma. He pushed the government to recognize musicians and they have benefited. Those who they have come from grass to grace. Some of them, you know. Some of them are presidential advisors. When he advocated for the ghetto people, he said abantu aba ghetto nababona kandi nabakoma muno. They are the number one voters or leaders,
as you summarize.
but they are not catered for. You can see the president is giving capital, he's looking for them, he's making for them associations. He has improved. He said civil servants and our police and Batunga sentence title. When I become president, civil servants, and you have seen civil servants, some of the civil servants, so when we are discussing our topic today, have these emerging new political parties solved problems in Uganda? It has to some extent solved and to some extent not solved.
All right. Mr. Bagum, kusikira hali empanura za abantu za bagambya babiri abarugaho kisa ni sana abama bali mu opposition n'umugenda mchonka tumanyira opposition kike sana n'umugenda n'umchantinga slogans baitu omuntu bokomkaguza ekitebe kyo kwikirizamu ekikwabura government nikyo umuramo gwacyo nigwo numujianka kisa na abamu tebamanyire. What is your take about that?
Kigumhangai na muno kusanga omuntu nkanya osoko hanakaire nkaiza hano wagango nimba timanyire hendi ronde nambere tukuje
ninkusaba. I want to clarify my statement. Abamu abanyakuri ombitebe byendebe kwabura government nibasana nibahondera nibachantinga slogans.
Abamu abo tebakusana ekibali nibakimanyi na habali nibamanya abandi they are looking for price tags. Hati kakubanje hasaidienu barampa muzinga hanija kulemere kikwingana kakubanyikara mulibo baramanyira beka kuambia salamu kaje kunu kakora kinu na kinu. Abamu they are looking for price tags. Ono kihunde kyalio nagamba mbu abazini bamanyiriru bene nambere bali they were there and they were doing good in their business.
Were they presidential advisors?
They are not presidential advisors, they are presidential users. Nabakozesa.
Are they earning?
Earning taxpayers' money, but we are lacking services.
Before. That is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm telling you. He's bribing them. I will take a corporate, but ungesente mubudi.
Whether bribed or not,
like,
they're saying their standards of living have improved.
How? Musicians were not bad. What have they? Which other life have they gone in? 2 million. Abazinit bonganabe na for how long? Besazun is looking for 1 billion. Kumjanzabi in America.
I think
so. If the government is there,
point of view. I want to inform you that 1 billion is not 30 chameleon. I don't want kunanka kumisinforming the public. 1 billion etankire horeiji nkomzidi achonga gambere bagimuhereza azi a token of appreciation and abwananka abwa higeri atekereho.
Thanks for the correction. Hati ono agamba bali mu bwomezo burungi sazinu kandi baliyo mbasorolezanga na sente. Then which good life are they?
Money will never be enough.
Money will never be enough. But
now.
There is to be heartily satisfied. Money will never be enough. We all know.
Do you think all Ugandans are going to be satisfied?
Not all. That's why I'm telling the moderator, others know what they are and what they are looking.
Oba nikusaba malirize because
You only give me 1 minute, others 5, 3.
Wait. Do you know that musicians have gained the momentum?
And in 1 minute we
of
share them
contesting
3.
positions?
They have even gotten an association.
Yes.
Now they're even going into these copyrights. Even the law has been made for them. They have benefited. But that's very wrong to say.
To me.
Nisaba Msabaguma, you're protected.
Okay,
Malirize.
okay, thank you. You give me minutes, I don't use them to the fullest, and even in short term, I'm also
Okay.
I like it. But the truth is, they have not benefited. We can say our local musician here. Take a scenario of the late Chigambo. If really music is giving them what they should have, he wouldn't even died the way how he died. May his soul rest in peace. Chigambo yakuferi hakira hanyonyi bamutwara kumujanja. When I remember, arali Kigambo.
Why when I'm talking
Ebintu byekalo byakobakoze if corporate was there hatalikulinda kuba hatalikulinda kukorwa association of which neto tubwekolire mu byaro ntuherezanga na sente.
We are not looking at it.
Nikusaba maliriza we're going to twero.
He has said
we're going to twero.
Because the association baba hasente. Am I protected?
Nikusaba malirize.
So to me, the emergence of new political parties will not solve Ugandans' problem.
Okay.
So what should happen?
What should happen? We have to get united and fight one common problem, and of which we all know.
Okay. God. Nikusaba Dr. Engineer Robert Kakiza in 1 minute nayo malirize turugo msidio.
Ngoza kusima bona batulize kyo kintu. Ngoza kusima ababere batfollowing hano at TV 40 TV. Ngoza na kusima 40 TV nkakutosa kutweta kwija hari kudiscussing ngomrama gwa man gunu. Ni manya anti Uganda is better than it was many years ago. Ni manya we can do better. Ni manya we can change. Movement where I belong is a very big party. If we have internal issues, we can solve them internally, but together we can succeed. Nyina kunihira kwa man, the Uganda is growing.
Okay.
I tell people 1 or 2 things. Look for Vision 2040, look for NDP4, and look at what you have. Itenkaba Fotpoto, tulekutugobora. Hani ngwanza kubanisa wa toro Fotpoto, nti Kakiza na iji. A member of parliament of Fotpoto Central to 2026. Choka tutaandika na flag. Itabaina leo ya kuja kuwawa around July of turatunga roadmap.
Kumna mkaga?
No, this year.
Yes.
July this year.
July kumna mkaga.
Tukawele sure of the day. Maybe 16 abantu magamba, but viraik nje kusaba sagiki wa kuturora bamba karuru. In parliament tindo orubuga roid tuombeke orubuga roid.
All right. Mchara Kikonde.
Kuturaliza. Kandi kirumi muno tukudiscussinga na batayi betu. Tuine bitukwega and socially interacting nayo is good. Ibara abahuririza na bakutorora Kikonde Sylvia ninja kwe taba mukalitango yo wa city mayor of Fotpoto tourism city beitu ebitebe tebukutuyamura mu kuhereza abantu betu ebitebe omuntu anadalt na yetuzingire ekitebe kya kwenda kandi busaba omuntu asemeri kumuhakaneza ngo ekinobia tokirumu ako na president wenka kabwezungira akatandika mu foronasa yagenda mu UPM yagenda mu DP yagenda mu UPC yagenda mu NRA yagenda mu NRA hata norona muhozi wenka mpiro
hata nyetegeriza abwake keno chakara
nyetegeriza
so Mr. Museveni has been your role model.
Not my role model as such, but politics.
Ni maisa mukuchakara.
Politics is it. Talk about static because you're not the owner. If I'm the owner of the kitebe,
Kimaisa, you should not be surprised when the sang engineer Kakiza Jira Kasapeo.
Tio hati nyoka
kwa nini usanga kile kyanga wa? Yes, the world is dynamic.
Yes. Politics for suppose gabongo hat hani mfera nundiki. Ibintu ko biso kuhinduka no garuka hano. Kandi anadality of sound mind na twa mu ekyakorora nikiso kutwara abantu be maiso nawe kikamutwara maiso kandi niso kisavingira mukantu kakigobororamo.
Okay. Tukwenda kusaba abantu wangaru.
Ote muno mtekanza program na hakaire kanu. I really appreciate for the time given na kore yompeire. Abanye Uganda abanyuganda tuyina kwerwanaho obwire buhoireyo kandi nimba nihira buli kimu kyona kimwakiri staka tikikozero in last 40 years titsoka myaka 5 rundi 10 ngo bajya kemaliro. It's time to press another button. Amabara baguma Kenneth irakali ya Nyakagongo ninyiza abantu banyagongo already mumanyira. I've been there, I was there. So ninyiza wakaruka councillorship ntwetagira kaira kyayi nenyu mure mu represented mu council. So I told you after every 5 years nza kuba ningenda ha level end yobwebembeza being a leader, and you know me on the ground. You people abantu bange bena kwebembera mu bitebe ni mumanye bitebe mbaganiza. Greetings from National Unity Platform. Kyagulanyi His Excellence nabaramucha kandi abantu batoro nabenda muno.
Alright, iyo wabera tulirire mbere tandikire ntekanza ende watulirize 4TV 4 Radio and Nkusima kandi mnyoro engineer Dr. Kakiza nyesimire ko boizire musiri za 4TV mnyoro baguma nyesimire mchara kati nkwatangabo Kihude Silvia na nyesimire ko mbere nayo musiri za 4TV nyenda kumaliro nakagambo kano Ugandan yakawe miaka nyingi muno ebitebe bitakabeiro. Ebitebe ni rangi bitabaho kaniza mbanze mugonzi yangali yanyu kukera ebitebe byanyu ni rangi. Vaitu ebitebe guli mulingo gumu okukunana tihanga lino mbere byete mbere kugenda. Buli kitebe kyona ekyolimu wechumitirize nkitwali hanga linoka. Owataka kitahirimu wechumitirize kitebe kyogenda kutahamu ihanga ndikitwara nka nshwamu yawe aliyensa ayesera aliyengavi ayegavera leka kurolera nanka leka kara kateka mwananka iyo ruvimbi rwawe urukozere hawa 4 TV and 4 Radio nsigaire ndi muhirwa John Bosco urale kurunga.
TV, stay entertained.